Hello everyone, it's Noel back with our 33rd out of 100 original characters. Today's OC is ERIN, a young teen who just got braces, loves the color green, and hopes one day she too can be a dental hygienist and bring smiles to the world. That sounds so corny. So part of my splurge in May was yet another Arteza product, the Arteza Art Markers. I got the set of 60 and unfortunately they don't have brush tips. If you don't understand the hype of brush tip markers, let me just briefly tell you it makes blending and getting soft gradients of color much easier than with chisel or bullet tips. I'll explain more about this in a future video, but for now just take my word for it. To start, I want to say I have yet to find an ink that doesn't smudge when it comes in contact with alcohol markers. If someone could point me the way of a great ink, that'd be fantastic. I used the ProArt India ink, which is my OG ink, for this illustration, and as you'll be able to notice throughout the video, if my marker comes in contact at all with any part of the ink, it smudges and it sucks. Anyway, last time we talked about my first time on a cruise ship with the choir I was a part of in high school. The next year, our adjudication took place in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. We stayed at the Music Road Resort, and it was a freaking blast. The hotel has a gorgeous indoor and outdoor pool area with water slides and a lazy river, and we're going to come back to that lazy river. But first, we had to get down there. From here in PA down to the hotel was an 8-hour bus ride. Doable? Absolutely, but very long. We left pretty early in the morning and arrived for check-in. Our director was really great about trip planning and always had a slew of things for us to do, so we were almost never bored. We went to Dollywood, which is an amusement park named for Dolly Parton, who is one of the owners, and we also went to the Comedy Barn Theater, which was really funny, a lot of great actors there, and we also went to the Dixie Stampede, which again is one of Dolly Parton's attractions, which is also where the awards ceremony took place, but I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. So at this point in my career with West Side, we were still considered a show choir part of the time, so we performed that portion of our performance for the judges, and if I remember correctly, our uniform was khaki pants and our West Side Singer t-shirts. They were black with our logo on the front, and our vocal part was on the back, so your girl here had a giant A for alto. It was a lot of fun. And also for fun, the altos and sopranos like to get together to spell a certain curse word. Yeah, we had a great time. So the show choir competition took place in a separate building than the regular choir competition. I still don't know what that's called, so hold on, let me do a little bit of research here. Totally not looking this up or anything. It's called Chamber or Madrigal Choir, which actually rings a bell, so we're gonna run with that. I don't think I mentioned it before, but our normal West Side uniforms, for girls at least, were these blue dresses, off black tights, black character shoes, and super tacky silver heart jewelry, which I think I showed off in a vlog. The boys wore black dress pants and shoes, a long white long sleeve shirt, and a blue vest and a cummerbund, and I think that was all for the guys. I don't know, I only wore the outfit once, and that's a story for another day actually. So after spending a day at Dollywood, laughing it up at the Comedy Barn Theater, and chilling at our hotel, oh yeah, the lazy river incident! So, one quiet evening in the hotel, I was hanging out with my ex-boyfriend and his roommates at the time in the hotel, when all of a sudden, one of his roommates gets all giddy and excited and starts yelling out the balcony, "Someone's doing it in the lazy river! Woo!" Because, you know, a family resort. So anyway, after all our extracurriculars, it was time for the awards ceremony. And after watching a great dinner show at the Dixie Stampede, which I love the soup by the way, it's good stuff, we eagerly awaited to see if we'd placed. To none of our surprise, we came dead last in our show choir competition because who wants to listen to a choir singing One More Night a cappella, and then the only dancing, if you could even call it that, was the girl sitting on the guy's knees for the entirety of the song. We didn't have the best choreographer. Despite that setback, we were proud to take home the overall Grand Champion Trophy for Chamber Choir. 2006 had a really great pool of senior talent, which unfortunately didn't carry over to the next year, but we'll get into that with the next OC. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more art-related content, I would totally appreciate if you would subscribe, and remember to draw what you love and love what you draw. I feel like these get longer and longer.